Alright, welcome everybody. We're back. Another classic chill Tuesday night stream where we don't have to do anything. We just, nothing special, jam some leagues, hang out, talk some legacy. We're going to be finishing up the league that I was playing on Sunday for those of you that tuned in. We were playing some mono black oops all spells in the challenge. We're playing this Moon Stompy list in the league between rounds. This was I did a couple of tweaks on a list that got top 2 in the Saturday challenge, I believe. But with like a bunch of main deck Trinispheres, like a pile of the main deck, the One Rings, no hearses. All the hearses are moved to the sideboard, stuff like that. We have Fairy Macabres. I made some edits here. I think I would make some more edits. I'll talk about them more after we finish this league probably, but like I think this is just, we live in a mind break trap meta right now. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of torn between, I talked about this a lot on Sunday too, but I'm kind of torn between Trinisphere and Magus of the Moon as an alternate choice of lock piece, because I do think that Blood Moons are really good right now, but also there are just the looming threats of these combo decks like Oops and like Necro that don't really care about your moon, and you do want a card like Trinisphere. So I'm really not sure where I'm at with this list. The things I'm happy about, I really do like Disruptor Flute in the sideboard of all the Moon Stompy decks. It's the only thing I feel very confident in. I think it's about approximately these 7-ish slots that could be edited out swapped out for whatever you kind of want. I've been really happy. I haven't felt the burn too badly. Obviously, I haven't played a ton with Moon Stompy, but I really haven't felt the pain too badly with 8 MDFCs in the list, and just they've felt really good. I've cast Sundering Eruption relevantly multiple times, both like having my opponent under Blood Moon and popping a basic, or just getting the Sunder effect. It's not Sunder, right? No, Sunder is the pick up all lands. The Falter effect to like attack Goblin Rattlemasters or like Furies and stuff through a board. And then, obviously, pitching these cards to Chromox. It's really, really nice when you can just pitch lands to Chromox in this deck that is very polarized. And, like, it really wants... It's very mana-hungry early, but then suddenly wants a very specific amount of mana and wants to start drawing action late. So, it's nice to just be able to pitch your lands to your Chromox when you have a land-heavier hand, and then you can draw some of these MDFCs late and just cast them. But let's get into it. I don't know what I'm going to be doing after this. We have, like, 2 more matches in this league, if I recall correctly. I was probably going to play some D&T, but I might talk about how I'm feeling about D&T right now, where I'm at with that, and then figure out what we want to play as more people trickle in here. Also, as always, we will be doing, or as usual, as most of the time, I guess, we'll be doing a Playpoint giveaway sometime, so be sure to remind me, because I am very prone to forgetting, so I always put them in the stream title. But we'll be doing a Playpoint giveaway sometime during the middle of the stream. Anyone that's currently watching, or I guess watching at the time, can enter those. While people trickling can ask you a very important question. I doubt it, but you're free to. I doubt your question is actually very important, but go for it. Also, a little MTG bot is weird, maybe because I haven't played this league in a while. In a few days. We're definitely not 0-0. We're definitely 1 and 2, I believe. Seems a little dicey. Might be a keep though. We have multiple lands. What would you do if Crash Bandicoot showed up right now to beat your ass? Would you keep the stream going? Absolutely, yes. That shit would go viral as hell. I think I want to keep this. We have, like, Chalice into Fable, potentially, which can re-enable your mana, or, like, Chalice into Rabble, if it's just a matchup where we just need to pressure our opponent. We have plenty of lands. Uh-oh. We getting oopsed? Feels like we're getting oopsed. They just have, like, Coal plus Kill here? They might just have, like, a scam hand? They only have 2 cards in hand, so it has to be, like... I guess it could be Dark Writ or Coal plus Kill. Yeah. Oh, no, it's just a scam start from Oops. That's fine. That's actually fairly beatable. I'm only here for exactly that scenario. A little terrifying, if I'm being honest. Notably, I guess this could technically not be Oops, but the pedal makes me feel like it really is Oops. Would they pitch? Oh no, they pitched Culling. This is definitely just the Oops deck. I'm pretty sure we're never dying to this Grief, so I'd rather keep the Sundering Eruption to blow up their land. So they had the ability to produce 4 mana, which means they just don't have the payoff right now, because they could have just pitched the Reanimate and Cold to cast their payoff if they had it. Obviously, they could have just drawn it, like, this turn or something. We have to be watchful for that. But I do need to kill my opponent. Which means I want to put some amount of pressure into play before I Sunder. I think just playing Rabble will race. I think Rabble into Broadside might just kill them over, like, exactly next turn anyway. Put them to 12, then attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, alright. Love the development of more advanced Grief plus Reanimate decks. Yeah, I can't imagine that Oops is the best deck at doing this. Did my opponent keep 7? Because I feel like Oops, when you win the die roll, doesn't want to just, like, scam your opponent and hope that that kills them. Because, like, Blue-Black Scam is so much better at killing your opponent afterwards. Oops is not really. My opponent... They mulled to 6, so okay, maybe the Sandsmark capable on, like, 6. Let me double check my math here real quick. 2 Goblin tokens plus Bombardiers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Yeah, they're just dead. Bang. There should be a long-legged gummy bear on your shoulder. I guess that's one way to refer to her. Alright, verse Oops. We get all these cards. We get all these cards. Pyroblast doesn't do anything. Because if there was a world that we're boarding in, like, Mindbreak traps, you could consider Pyroblast as a way to defend your Mindbreak trap from, like, Pact of Negation, but I imagine they're boarding out Pact, generally speaking, anyway. We have to be wary of, Belcher. But we have Flute for that. We have, yeah, that's about it. Brotherhood's End can't kill, but I think we board in Brotherhood's End anyway. Blows up, Chrome boxes and stuff, and they're pretty prioritized. They're pretty incentivized to cast their zeros out to play around Chalice and stuff. Get these Furies out of here. Probably just get the One Rings out of here. It doesn't actually help versus Belcher, right? Because they just belch you on your upkeep. And we can't draw into anything that stops that. And then we can get, like, 1 Fable out of here, maybe? Maybe 1 Blood Moon? Blood Moon's okay against this deck, notably. Like, Blood Moon plus Chalice on 0 can cut them off of black mana. Stuff like that. I think cutting, like, 1 Fable is fine. Yeah, we'll ship it. We have turn 1 Brotherhood's End. This, we have the Gemstone Caverns get you, but unfortunately we don't have any, like, good payoff for it. My opponent's mulling to 6. This deck mulligans pretty well, down to, like, 5 for turn 1 kills. I have 3 Fairy Macabres in my deck to potentially try to find. I think I'm happy going to at least 6. Notably, we could just get, like, griefed. Oh, we're both going to 5, huh? Alright, I'll keep this on 5. My opponent's going to 4. Yeah, we'll keep this. Bottom Chromox, honestly. We have 2 different pieces of hate we can play on turn 1, potentially. It's a little awkward because we're just gonna, like, lock ourselves out of the game for a little bit. Okay, no, never mind. My opponent's just... is just off it. Too easy, huh? Yeah, you can see here we are 2-2. I don't know what's going on with the MTGO bot. I guess because it, like, we stopped the league midstream. Or stopped the stream mid-league, sorry. How's Legacy feeling to you post MH3 so far? I'm gonna be honest, kind of sucks. The bind that Scam plus the turn 1 decks puts on the format right now is just really uncomfortable to me. Especially, like, Necro specifically. Necro requires such, like, specific hate cards. And then Scam is just the best deck of the format, that it's been the best deck of the format for the past 3 months, then got a significant upgrade. I'll keep this. Still seeing Nadu. I've seen almost no Nadu, honestly. Everyone keeps telling me it's really powerful. Oh, there's a Darth Dog. Hi, Darth Dog. Shout out to Darth Dog. Follows me on Twitter. Not playing D&T. Probably. What was I saying about Nadu? I forget. Flooded Strand. I think I'll just play Trinisphere. Trinisphere Resolving's pretty nice. Scam's upgrade? The Frog. Psychic Frog. Yeah, this is kind of what I was afraid of, is getting my Tomb Wastelanded. We had no more lands, but we are a 29 mana source deck. That means we will never hit a land drop for the next 4 turns, but that's fine. But yeah, Psychic Frog is really obnoxious because I genuinely think that pre-MH3 Moon Stompy was pretty drastically favored versus Scam. And Psychic Frog is almost the perfect card to get around, like, all of Moon Stompy's traditional game plans against Scam. And it's just a great card in your other matchups, so there's almost no cost to putting it in your deck. What is he playing? Wasteland, Volcanic seems to be Delver to me now. Yeah, it looks like just Grixis Delver. I'm gonna get frogged. Yeah. Alright, we have lands at least. Annoying thing about Frog is that it's basically impossible to kill via damage. My opponent's 5 cards in hand, they could just make it a 6-7, and then it doesn't matter that they've mind twisted themselves, they just can kill us with a 6-7. You can set up, like, Bomba plus Fury to kill it pretty often. Unfortunately, my opponent having 5 cards in hand also means that if I just play out Bomba to try to set that up, they'll probably just kill it. So I think I'm supposed to just cast Fable. This also sets us up nicely to potentially play the One Ring, buy us some more turns. Trinisphere makes it a little bit awkward for my opponent to continually interact and also, like, try to develop. This looks like the Beans list. Juju Bean top 4'd the challenge, I think, yesterday with Grixis Delver with a basic island, which I've heard from a lot of Delver players that Psychic Frog DRC puts a ton of strain on your mana base, and I'm kind of surprised to see this basic island. Maybe it's just a necessity because of the prevalence of stuff like Moon Stompy. And it just like, well, this sucks, but you kind of have to play it and just kind of take your medicine sometimes in terms of your own mana. So if we blocked, we would force a discard, but that doesn't really matter. Opponent has 6 cards in hand already. I think our mana matters a little bit more than denying our opponent some cards here. Soul Land would be like an insanely good draw, because then we could double spell with Shaman attack. Although, looks like my opponent's holding up some amount of interaction here. What am I looting away? We're at 14 life. My opponent likely holding up Force of Will, which means we want to be able to double spell or at least force some pretty powerful action. I think I might looting away this Chalice and this One Ring, honestly. Just to find more mana to try to double spell in future turns. Problem with this frog is that I guess they're just going to attack me and hold up 4. I can't force all of my spells. Or so I think. Could potentially play out Chalice to try to set up Bombardiers better because it also it turns off Lightning Bolt. Maybe we discard Second Fury or discard Blood Moon. Blood Moon's nice against future frogs, against Murktide, obviously. They have the basic island out already. I'll discard the Fury, because I think one of these cards is probably going to end up getting pitched to this other Fury the turn I try to double spell anyway. So we'll keep the Blood Moon in case we find other relevant stuff. Alright, so technically we could go for it right now, right? With Bombardiers plus Ancient Tomb, we could try it, but imagine my opponent likely has Bolt or Force. So we will just go to combat. Play Chalice, play Tomb, say go. Maybe not. Maybe play Chalice, play Blood Moon. Play Chalice, see what my opponent does. Oh god, hang on, I have to remember how to cast. You do this, and then hit adjust, and then you hit down, and you hit OK, and then you pay the 3rd mana. X is currently 1. Alright, we did it. Interesting. They just cast Unholy Heat on my thing, huh? They're probably just going to attack next turn and hold up Force is the issue. We could resolve our Bombardiers right now while it's safe, but then we can't necessarily resolve the Fury. I really want to incentivize them to cast a spell, so I actually don't really want to cast Blood Moon, so maybe I will just cast post-combat Bombardiers. No reason to do this right now that I can think of, at least. I'm not just dead, right? I'm not just missing something. They discarded a Force of Will, which is kind of terrifying to me. Okay, no, they just went down to 1 card, so they're just gonna lose to Fury plus Bomba on the Frog. Oh, never mind. They're just going to also Murktide Regent. Draw 3rd Fury? Now I really wish that this Blood Moon was a Fury, huh? Then we could actually No, not quite. We'd be one off, I think. Maybe I should have cast the Blood Moon, huh? I mean, if we cast Blood Moon, my opponent showed blue card plus Force of Will in hand. They just don't discard those. And we still die pretty badly. Yeah, we're dead here. We can deal them 9. We could clear the Murktide or the Frog, not both. Yeah, if we had double... If we actually had Double Fury here, we're still off because of the card drawn off the Frog. This goes to 8-9. We can't double Fury down the Frog and then chuck at the Murktide. And obviously we can't do the backwards because it only deals 7 here. We could we deal 7 to this and then ping it twice, ping this twice? No, because we would only have a total of 7 plus 8, 15 to spread, and this is 16 toughness. Yeah, alright. Sure. Fair enough. But yeah, kind of a good example, obviously not scam, but just a very good example of Frog's just like really obnoxious for a deck like Moon Stompy to deal with. Also an example of like, I just really don't like Trinisphere versus Delver. It's one of the reasons that you just would rather have red cards in your deck. You'd rather play like Magus of the Moons. Magus obviously also I'm not a huge fan of versus Delver. I usually board them out, but it's a red card. It pitches to your other red cards at least. This is just kind of big and clunky and doesn't really help out a lot. What are we boarding out here? Usually I board out Maguses, I'd board out Trinispheres, I'd board and like shave down on Rabbles, stuff like that. We could potentially leave in more Trinispheres on the play, board out all the Rabbles. Trinisphere, at least versus Delver, is okay on the play, rather than on the draw. We'll run it like this. Hand's good. It's a double Chromox is awkward, obviously, but it's going to be really hard to pass up turn 1 Chalice on 1 versus Delver. And then they just frog you on turn 2, and then you die, and blah, blah.
Are you winning?
We're down a game right now, but we're up a match today. Sure. Getting that forced is kind of fine. If it didn't get forced, we'd probably end up pitching the Dead Gun to the Chromox. If we just get Wastelanded here, we can just play land. We have Chromox to get to mana sources to cast Fable eventually. Yeah. Not my favorite position to be in, but certainly still okay. These are almost certainly both going to end up being lands, but Shatterskull has generally a tiny bit more text for Delver. The Sundering Eruption is nice to pair with Blood Moon because you can blow up their one basic island, but we don't have a Blood Moon in our hand right now. Interesting choice. I don't think this card's very good versus Moon Stompy. Unfortunate for them. Doesn't know that that's the case, obviously. Oh, I guess it names like Hearse too, and then backside of Fable. It's not the end of the world. I think I'm gonna pitch this land. I think my spells are too important. It's unfortunate that I'm pretty likely to not be able to resolve this Fable, but this Dead Gun seems pretty important. Yep. Could have potentially played lands and said go, but at least this delays like Frog for another turn. Lets us try to find action. I kind of just want a Sundering Eruption this. They can cast Frog because it's blue, but it could cut them off of... They might not have another black source. Cuts them off of colors at least a little bit. Could wait until they go find their island with it. Could potentially pair it with these things to actually resolve spell. Yeah, I think we'll actually wait. Doesn't currently add anything. It lets them like cast Murktide a turn early or something. We might get Wastelanded a second time. Who knows? They're just gonna cast Frog here. Let's be real. Yeah. We couldn't even Fury it, even if we had one, because they have 3 cards in hand. Draw Pyroblast. I could bounce it. That feels kind of awful. Oh shit. We aren't doing it. DRC is not online yet. It's online with a sorcery. They would have just Murktide there for sure. So I think I'm pretty safe to just try to shoot this. They might get lucky and spike the sorcery off the top, and then I'll be very sad. This doesn't actually play that many sorceries, right? Might have put the sorcerer on the top and then cast another spell. Nope. Alright, cool. Nope, that's a pretty terrible draw. We could now Sunder the Volcanic, cut them off of red. But it also shuffles their Brainstorm, which we don't necessarily want to do. I think I'll just pass the turn. It's like exactly DRC I'm concerned about. I'm not trying to turn off a Bolt right now, though. If we draw Blood Moon, I'm going to feel like an idiot after casting Sundering Eruption. We could draw Fury and want 5 mana. I guess maybe I should have played out Gemstone. Because if we draw Fable, I'm still just playing Gout Gemstone and then casting Fable. To play around Days. Murktide. It's always Murktide here, right? No. I do feel like a fool for not Sundering, though. DRC into Murktide? Sure. Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna flood out and die pretty badly, huh? Still in it if we draw specifically. I think we only have one other Pyroblast in this list, though. Not a ton of other answers to a Murktide Regent. Alright, well, we go to 2 and then try to draw. Try to draw Bombardiers or Pyroblast. And hope my opponent doesn't have Bolt or Unholy Heat. I guess they can have Unholy Heat if I draw Blast specifically. There we go. Just Bolt. Alright, and we're good there. Win one, lose one. Move on from the... I I can't say I'm a fan of how this Moon Stompy list is designed, but I think that's just... There's definitely a tension in the format with playing, like, One Rings and Trinispheres. It hasn't really felt like a quad One Ring match, like, format, almost certainly. The Mirror has fallen off hard, mostly because it's been struggling to adapt to these other decks. The One Ring does not really interest me versus Delver, or obviously the combo decks. If Nadu is the better flavor of the, like, blue-green mid-range to control decks anyway, the One Ring is not beating Nadu. You cannot beat Nadu on that axis. Your One Ring drawing 6 cards will not matter versus Nadu. It's not Uro. It's going to just draw them 4, 6, 8 cards, 12 cards, whatever, and you're going to die. You want to fight them on the axes of, like, Pyroblast to stop Nadu from entering play, or Blood Moons to stop Nadu from entering play, or just killing them with stuff like Rabble, Bombardiers, racing them down. One Ring's really just not what it's about. So, like, maybe there's a world you can play both Trinisphere and Magus. Maybe it's just, like, Hearse isn't as good anymore because of Frog. It's hard to say, though. But yeah, can't say I'm a fan of this list. I think I would definitely just go back to something like this. Not this Stamping Matrix. Get this Stamping Matrix out of here. We can play, like, any other card. We'll just put in the One Ring just for the sake of, like, you do kind of want a card for, like, some... The One Ring could be a nice sideboard card for some matchups. Like, non-Nadu control. The One Ring gives you Oko the Ringleader, I guess because his name has the and ring, and I assume somewhere on the card it has the number 1. Infuriating. Anyway, I think Pyroblast is really good in this meta because of Nadu plus Frog. It also protects your Mind Break traps from Pact of Negation versus Necro. So I think the flex slots here are just going to be these Hearses and these 3 Magus of the Moons. So while Hearse is still a very good card, I think, in a lot of matchups, like Delver and Scam, it is less good because Frog is a non-graveyard angle of attack that is really hard to beat, especially in your game 1s. So there's a potential for Hearse not to be a main deckable card anymore. Also, Scarab Swarm is maybe not good anymore because Frog lets you just exile your graveyard for free, so it's really hard to have, like, a late game Scarab to, like, brick wall against Delver or Scam or something. I think maybe cut down on Hearses, maybe play, like, 2 Trinispheres. Here. If we, like, moved Hearses to the sideboard, played some more 3 balls main. Like I said, I've been liking extra, like, copies of Blood Moons in a lot of matchups. Something like this, you can just get rid of these. This looks pretty decent looking. You just have some amount of Hearses still, less. You have more combo that isn't, like, more, like, lock pieces that aren't specifically Hearse, because Hearse is weaker versus the combo decks versus Necro, and weaker versus a lot of the fair decks, because some of the control decks are not Uro reliant, they're just Nadu decks. Like we've been saying over and over, Frog bad for Moon Stompy. So maybe something like this would be cleaner. I think I like a list like this a lot. So we'll try this out probably sometime in the future. Who knows? There's a ban list announcement next week. Anything could happen. Played Moon at an event this weekend and got dumpstered by a 10-year-old on Omnitel. Am I bad, or is that a bad matchup? Seems like there's wasn't much I could do to stop him. Yeah, that's, like, famously Moon Stompy's nightmare matchup is the card Show and Tell. Just doesn't very easily plays around Chalice of the Void, and it's a deck that's very good against Blood Moon because it's usually 1 to 1.5 colors, like just a bunch of basic islands. Trinisphere is your only, like, reasonable lock piece. You don't have any answers to just Show and Tell in an Emrakul anyway, so Trinisphere doesn't even beat that very well. your sideboard. Your sideboard gets a little bit better, especially if you're playing like flutes. You can have flute on show and tell. You have blasts. Mindbreak Trap is a little iffy for show and tell sometimes, but definitely boardable. It's definitely like famously Moonstompy's nightmare matchup though. How did Oops challenge go? I had to leave after round 3 and it was like 17 turns. We went 3-1 into 4-3, so the wheels fell off pretty hard, but it was a lot of fun, honestly. It was a good once in a blue moon experience. I'm not gonna be going back to that deck anytime soon, certainly. Hey Jarvis, thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate the support. Yeah, look at all those great emotes. You too can have Gun Thalia for the low price of 1 Twitch sub. Some might say the greatest emote on Twitch.
Who's saying that?
Me. I'm saying it.
Thank you. If only I could make the rest of your emotes.
Yeah. What are you doing right now? You could be drawing one of my emotes right now.
I'm drawing the thing you hated yesterday,
yeah.
Remember?
You're doing your own thing instead of working for me specifically. Chat, what do you think my wife should be drawing right now? Her fan art that's going to plague me on Twitter in a day and a half, certainly, or another emote? Fan art? Yeah, I figured.
Yep.
Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, why didn't Thalia have a gun on Innistrad? Yeah, exactly! So many problems on Innistrad solved if you just gave Thalia a gun.
You should write that fic.
It's that classic meme, like the really tall book and then the really thin book. Innistrad if Thalia had a gun. But anyway. I think this is probably where I'm going to start with Moonstompy going forward. Presuming no bans on Monday. Hoping for some bans on Monday, but not going to hold my breath on it. But we'll try something like this and see how I feel about it. But on to the next part of the stream, which is just some D&T of some kind. But I'm really not sure, so I've just been really frustrated with D&T, especially in this format. It's like not having pre-war form genuinely sucks so much for D&T. That card is like game-changingly good. And it's just really irritating, and it just bums me out every time I play D&T online. You can't play it, but obviously I'll continue to try to like fiddle with the deck, figure out something, but like it's just sometimes really demoralizing to play. And then also D&T right now is a little bit demoralizing to play in the current meta, because I really want to like test and tweak Mono White, because Mono White got a bunch of interesting new tools and Black White didn't really. But Mono White D&T is so bad to play into this meta because of the existence of the Turbo 1 combo decks like Necro and like Oops All Spells. And you just have no recourse. You're just a Yorion deck with like some Mindbreak Traps and a Prayer. And just like, again, this like vice grip of Blue-Black Scam and Necro Oops, whatever combo decks that just has on the format is just like tears a lot of deck building decisions into so many directions that it's just like kind of exhausting to try. Like, genuinely, you might be better served if you're trying to play D&T right now, playing like a 60 card Chromox deck, just because you have a stone's throw of a chance in like combo matchups all of a sudden. But a deck like this feels so much worse against Scam. You have the opposite of card advantage. You're gonna Chromox out your spells, or you're gonna get like a million for ones, and then just gonna get ground to the dust and die a lot. And Scam is so good at having exactly 2 basics in their deck, which makes your white orchids worse. But yeah, I certainly hope that they'll ban Grief on Monday, but I don't think they will. I will be a little surprised. So then back to my original point, I guess, which is it's probably just correct to be playing Black-White again, right now at least, which is very boring to me. I am a big fan of like fiddling with lists and trying to like perfect them for certain metas and stuff. And black white has been like the stockest of stock for so long, and there's like not a lot of changes or developments you can really make, and that's so uninteresting to me that I don't really wanna tinker with it that much. But like black white gives you thought seize, and thought seize gives you a chance to like steal game ones against Necro, and black white is still consistently like just the more proven D&T deck at this point. Finally, Grief Fury making out Sloppy Style. That one already exists. She drew that one.
Yeah, I literally did that.
Yeah, she literally. It's like literally in the like the meme format and everything.
The meme is not enough. I'll draw it for real, like a serious one, like an artsy one.
Is there a BNR scheduled next Monday? Yes. Not safe for work version of Grief Fury. Okay, gotcha.
I hate that meme. It's so ugly.
That's the point.
I know. I just did it because it was funny.
All right. So anyway, all my like bitching and moaning, and I should probably just play like black white D&T with mind break traps in this sideboard, huh? That's probably what I should be looking at. What is black white D&T? Do I even have a black white D&T list on this account? I do. I have a pre MH3 one. We'll play some new cards. Obviously, we'll play like, Witch Enchanter, or we can get this Teague stuff out of here. We can play Witch Enchanter. This list probably doesn't even really want to play Wrath of the Skies. We'll go up on Mind Break Traps. Mind Break Trap is our only Necro plan, yes. The issue with Necro is that there's basically no plans outside of Force of Will, Force of Negation, Force of Vigor. After that, there is a small gap, and there's Mind Break Trap, and then there's a large gap, and there's any other sideboard card you can play. And it's kind of annoying because you can only play forces if you have blue or green for Force of Vigor cards in your deck. So, like, if you're a red deck or a white deck or a black deck, I guess black has try to win the die roll and, like, Thoughtseize them. White and red have try to win the die roll and present a lock piece, and D&T can't really do that unless you're, like, Chrome Mox D&T. What should my last sideboard card be, though, chat? I don't need this Laurent here, actually, either, now that we have Witch Enchanter. Deafening Sounds being too slow is, like, kind of really annoying. Everyone, like, every time someone tries to talk to me about the matchup and just like, oh, you have, like, Orm's Chant and stuff, it's like, have you tried to put a land into play versus Necro? Because D&T will just always lose the game one, and then game two you'll put your planes into play, and maybe you'll get them with the Orm's Chant, and then game three you will not put any lands into play and you'll die. We can play Flute. Flute seems like a pretty okay sideboard card. I don't like my combo cards to be 2 mana in a deck like D&T, because D&T is already flushed with like 2 mana stuff. Maybe you just also need to play Deafening Silence as like kind of the tension of like they have to keep a hand that beats Mindbreak Trap. They play around it by going like land, pedal, Chrome Mox, go or whatever, and try to turn 2 you, and then you play turn 1 Deafening Silence or something like that. We also play Ophelia in this deck somewhere. We play like 1 copy of Ophelia just to get a taste. Everyone keeps telling me that they think that like 1 copy of Ophelia is good, just as like a recruiter bullet. I think people are much too in love with the concept of like toolboxes in decks that can tutor things, and don't really think about the use cases of the tools in the toolbox. I find it very hard to envision a world where you actively want to recruit Ophelia. But, like, maybe I'm, like, super off base about that. But I don't see the vision that other people seem to. But yeah, we can play like a flute just to, you know, try it out. A deafening silence, perhaps. Something like this. Yeah, this looks... Maybe I'm supposed to cut a flicker wisp actually and leave sashes. Nah. We'll submit on this. This seems fine. Found Philly to be either incredible or terrible. Runs away with games or does nothing because can't make a profitable attack. Yeah. I've definitely been more impressed by Philly than I thought I would be. That is to say, I thought Philly would be unplayable, and the card has been okay sometimes. But, like, that's not a great shout for the card, right? I would definitely want the card to be more than okay sometimes. I have not been impressed enough to be like, all right, we're just gonna start playing this in D&T, and like, part of my beef might be like it plays better with formal wear because it is a card that plays really well with formal wear, obviously, and I just don't get to test that. But it plays well with like White Orchid Phantom. White Orchid Phantom also plays really well with formal wear, and I just like never get to find any of these, like test any of these interactions because they just never come up because I'm not allowed to play with formal wear online. Maybe you could play like one White Orchid Phantom and Black White as well, and like sometimes recruit for like the Felia White Orchid combo versus like slow non-interactive decks like Cloud Post. That Cloud Post deck, by the way, that won the Sunday Challenge. Shout out to Fake Futurism. That Cloud Post deck looked sick. I almost played that today. Are we getting oopsed? Alright, if they... If they go off with Undercity Informer, and they also have a Narc in hand, you can kill them with Solitude. Oh, we actually have double Solitude. We might win here. Because they're going off with Undercity Informer. We just have double Solitude hand. Oh, and they only have 3 Narcs. Incredible. I'll be honest, I didn't actually do a check for like Memory's Journey bullshit. I just decided to kill this stupid thing. I mean, I guess I could let them have the second one, right? There's something stopping me. Are they gonna just reanimate the the Thoracle? They just have it? Wow. Tilt. Sure, why not? Don't want the new K command? No. The Kozilek's command was the Eldrazi deck. Alright, well we have an 11 card sideboard for this matchup, so hopefully that's good enough, huh? Am I supposed to leave in? I think you're supposed to cut the Solitude stuff. That stuff case only really comes up in game ones. Maybe we can board Solitudes back in on the draw. It's just an extra way to try to steal games, but I can't imagine that realistically comes up. Have you found Wrath of the Skies not worth it in black-white? I think if you want Wrath of the Skies in black-white, you just play Pest Control, which is why I didn't add it to the sideboard. Am I ever actually tutoring GTA? Like, GTA with 2 counters does prevent them from going off. But you generally just want to kill them instead? Maybe not. Maybe... Solitude not better than Scare. Yeah, exactly. We're cutting them both. We have a lot of... We're bringing in 11 cards. We have a lot of cards we want to cut. Because Bowmasters doesn't do anything, right? Mom notably protects your Containment Priest or Thalia or Sash from Feed the Swarm. Bowmasters does literal nothing, right? They don't draw cards. It, like, pings a Narc if you have, like... If you get to 2 mana, you can have, like, Bowmasters plus Solitude or whatever to disrupt the stuff. But maybe we do this instead? This looks okay. Can't believe they had the stupid reanimate. Alright, well, we'll keep those. Kind of wish this was a Bowmasters, huh? So I could actually just have a clock. But, I mean, I'm not going to turn down Leyline, Deafening Silence. While my opponent mulligans to 5. Notably, they're probably on Belchers in the sideboard, but Deafening Silence slows down the Belcher plan a lot, so hopefully we can set up, like, Recruited for a Belcher answer. It's looking like that's not gonna be super relevant here, though. Here's 2 Leylines of the Void. And a Deafening Silence. If they grief me, am I supposed to just Solitude it? Oh no, they can't reanimate grief. Except the Leylines. Let's draw like Thalia, Stoneforge. Yeah. Land's okay at least. Cast our Recruiter, go get something. Stoneforge maybe? Just kill them as fast as possible. Maybe just get Thalia? They're not playing any lands. The situation where Shadowy Backstreet shines, yeah. We're gonna get our Solitude reanimated on our, on my Thalia after I mill it here, and I'm gonna be really mad about it, but... I guess we can protect it with the Crocus on turn 3, huh? What are we recruiting, huh? I think it is just Thalia. Yep, now they have to play out some stuff to play around the Thalia, but they're still pretty far away from Belchering me. Second Recruiter is nice, because now we can go recruit like a Disenchant, potentially, to play around. I guess we just recruit like a Laron to shoot the Chromox, and then also pair with the Crocus to shoot any follow-up artifacts that they try to like slowly play through the Deafening Silence. Yeah, this seems like we're fairly safe here, huh? What's up, Loro? How's it going? What's up, Static? It is going okay. One is getting towards Belcher plus Activate, which is definitely scary. Oh, never mind. We just draw Skyclave. It's just that easy. I think I just Skyclave this Chrome Mox instead of this Lion's Eye Diamond. Because the Belcher itself costs 5 mana, which means it's just going to be really hard to actually get into play. Yoink. Alright, we just gotta win game 3. Certainly the harder game to win. You just want to have, like, Leyline plus Mindbreak Trap in the opener. Easy. Just that simple. Maybe Philly is okay at flickering Chrome Moxen, huh? Does not target the lands, unfortunately, to kill them. Can flicker exactly Chrome Mox. Philly, well, on the draw, Solitude's a little bit. The Solitudes were pretty horrible there. I do think Solitude's probably awful on the play, just given how much turn 1 hate you actually have access to, but turn 0 hate, maybe you just want to, like, high roll some double Solitude hands sometimes, and then hope your opponent doesn't also have the stupid reanimate. Is that a deck list for ants? It's a Yorion deck list. It's gotta be super small. I mean, zoom in though. Apparently we can't. I also didn't put this deck list on Flexlet. I should. I think it's still currently showing my Moon Stompy list on Stream Decker too. That's better. It doesn't really register to me because I just know what all the cards are. This is like I don't really need to see them necessarily, but yeah, it does make sense. What was I talking about? Solitude versus like other random garbage. It's so niche to ever actually matter that I think I'll just submit like this. Alright, just have... Alright, well, we'll keep this. They definitely have the ability to beat this, certainly. If they just, like, grief me, play around, and then, like, play around the traps after seeing them. This deck can... not easily, but can definitely play around traps sometimes. Alright, we'll hem and haw about the sideboard, pretend we're thinking about it, or the keep, pretend we're thinking about it for a little bit, and then keep and not reveal any ley lines. And be like, oh, we just kept turn 1 Deafening Silence, right? Just turn 1 me. Untapped. Alright, kill me. Dark Ritual. Nice. Yep. And then also have a reanimate. Oh, they don't even have the reanimate? Wow. What a deal. Trap Exiles? Oh, that is true. Fair enough, chat. You win this round. Am I supposed to hold up Disruptor Flute? There's like no way, right? I think there is some ways, huh? Maybe we should just wasteland them. Should probably just wasteland them. leave that decision for another turn. The issue with playing the flute, though, is that, like, if I would have to just play it on end step, and then I just don't know what would you even name? Oh, that also works. Now we'll just Containment Priest and then Flute Belcher, and then we'll win. Not necessarily. They could have the removal spell thingy, but it's 2 mana, sorcery speed, and we also still have the Mindbreak Trap. But Priest plus Trap plus Flute should mostly lock it up. Turn. Put Flute on Goblin Charbelcher. If we draw a 4th land too, we just play the Jite, because then Jite with 2 counters on it is another layer of protection. Unless they have all 4 Narcs plus Balustrade Spy, then you need 3 counters. Goblin Charbelcher. Guess I kind of wanted to draw the 4th land. Maybe I'm not supposed to fetch there. Okay, they're just dead. We did it! Look at that. We beat Oops. We did it. We even had, like, the turn 1, like, the only way you ever beat Oops game 1. And then they just also had to reanimate. And the 5th mana. Pretty much the only way is that they have, specifically, we had double Solitude, so we actually had 4 Narcs beat because they had Undercity Informer, but they had Undercity Informer plus 3 Narcs, which is like single Solitude beats that. But that happens very rarely. Yeah, I think I would have played Stoneforge and grabbed Sash. That turn if I hadn't drawn the Wasteland. Because if you just hold up Flute, you can't just end step the Flute and name a specific card, right? Because you're scared of both the Oops kill still and you're scared of Belcher. So I think you just have to slam Stoneforge, get Sash, and then if you like find a 3rd land, especially, you can hold up, activate Stoneforge, put in Sash, or cast Flute in response to Belcher. If they get there past the Mindbreak Trap somehow. On 2 lands, though, that's like fairly easy, right? They could just like 3rd Dark Ritual into Belcher or 4 mana spell. We're playing against Kulu Limpa, Moon Stompy Extraordinaire. I'll keep this. It's definitely a little grimy versus Moon Stompy. On the draw, no removal. But like turn 1 Mom. I do feel like I play against Kulu Limpa a lot more than I do against most people that I know. We're lethal insulated versus Blood Moon. We can cast all our spells. If this is like Rabble Master, it's a little yikes. Trinosphere's fairly yikes too, but we weren't going to exactly mulligan to a hand that's good versus Trinosphere, right? Alright, that's not the scariest follow-up. The den back there is definitely a little threatening. We are going to fetch a non-basic, because we would rather surveil here. Find, like, Wasteland for the den, perhaps? Is Thalia the best possible card I can cast with 3 mana at this stage of the game? He has 2 cards left in hand. I feel like the answer is no. I feel like I need some. What am I looking for that's better than Thalia? I'm going to play a land. I'm going to hit for like 6 next turn. I'm going to draw again. I need to stall to get to like hardcast Batterskull to win this game. Which means I guess the best possible card for me to play is like a or like a Laron on the Trinisphere, so I can multi-spell in following turns. Maybe that means I Recruiter Laron on turn 3, and then turn 4 I could like Laron plus Mom, at least put some stuff in the way. I'm gonna mill this. You could also draw like Plow to at least deal with the Den on the following turn. I guess Felia also technically can like exile the Trinisphere and we can cast our spells, and it's like immune to Fury. I mean, we can't cast any spells. I'm just gonna play land as I go. Yeah, Thalia is like theoretically nice because it bricks his board pretty well, but if there's just a Fury in the back, obviously it's not gonna go super well for me. Fetch to save time. Planes. I'm gonna take so much damage though. I don't think we're really gonna get here unless we find like Bowmasters is kind of sick. Yeah, it pings a goblin and trades with the Den. I'll take that. I will settle for a Bowmasters. This also like looks like it could easily be a Source of Plowshares, so I wonder if I'm supposed to play the flats there. Potentially fetch Swamp. I don't think he's ever going to Blood Moon me here, though. Yeah, I just pinged the Goblin token and double block the Den here. This turn, what do I do? No, we're a turn closer to getting to the Batterskull, but unfortunately we are not quite at 5 mana. This turn's got to be a Recruiter, but Recruiter for what? I'm deeply, deeply scared of getting Furied. Do we just need Laron, though? Absolutely trading off Recruiter with the Goblin token. I could play Felia and just trade with the Simian Spirit Guide. But then what do I do the next turn if I miss on lands? Could also play Felia, eat the Goblin token, attack, eat the Mox, or attack, flicker the Trinisphere. Then we have like Recruiter plus like Solitude or Mom or something. Felia plays... Yeah, everyone's saying Felia. I mean, Recruiter also plays decently around Fury, right? I'm probably going to have to flash in Felia to kill the Goblin or the Spirit Guide. I think I'm supposed to just say go here. Also, like a second Bowmaster here looks pretty nasty. You probably just have to attack, though. You're not winning by not attacking. Worst possible is Bombardiers. I guess that is fair, yeah. Bombardiers is, like, maybe just lethal. Only attack with that. Don't attack with the Goblin token. What does that mean? Is he playing around Felia? Because, like, you don't play around Bowmasters but not attacking with Goblin token. Interesting. Do I go to 7? Just play the Felia out? I'm not flickering him off mana, but I could flicker him off of the Trinisphere. Like, play Recruiter, go get Solitude, play Mom. Yeah, I think I actually just take this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm insane. Let's see if Felia does things. Well, it's not 5th land, unfortunately. Yeah, now I guess we're never playing around Fury, right? Because if I flicker the Trinisphere and unload my hand and put exactly 4 toughness worth of things into play, then that's just horrendous for me. We could I could Thought Seize, go to 5, fetch, go to 4. That doesn't sound very good. Fetch go to 4, play Recruiter. Get Solitude. Solitude the Monkey. I'm at 4 life. I have a Recruiter in play. I have a Mom left in my hand to pitch to the other Mom. My other plans would be just attack with... I could play Recruiter, just attack with Felia Flicker Recruiter. That puts 4 toughness into play still, but it gives me 2 Recruiter hits. And I could recruit Laron plus Solitude. Then I have a 1/1 into play. If they have Fury, kill both. I go to 4 life. I play Laron, shoot Sphere, Solitude the Fury. This trades here. I go down to 3. I can also play Mom still. Okay, I think I actually do like that. Is Laron better than Witch Enchanter? Yes, because I have a bunch of 1-drops in my hand. Both of them trade with a Simian Spirit Guide anyway. I'm never fetching here. Even if they Blood Moon me, I'd rather not take a damage. And I'm not fetching because I want to draw 5th land for Battle Skull anyway. Is this Shatter Skull? That's much better for me than a Fury, at least. I don't love being dead to... I guess I don't have a Solitude now, so I'm not dead to Bombardiers anymore. We just Laron Mom. Do we Laron Mom, or do we go to 2 and play Batterskull? Going to 2 and play Batterskull seems insane. We die to another removal spell. Laron Mom... Can't Laron Mom. Can't Laron Mom Thoughtseize, because I'm double fetching. Thoughtseize is turned off. Could just leave up Hardcast Solitude. If he goes to combat, we just Solitude the Spirit Guide, block the Goblin. That's also fine. If he doesn't attack, which is more likely, we just end step Solitude, untap Batterskull. Yeah, the issue is that maybe this Laron was actually bad because we don't necessarily care about the transfer anymore. Well, I guess we weren't guaranteed to draw this 5th land was a big thing. Yeah, Laron Mom was the original line, but drawing the 5th land I think changes things up a little bit here. We go to 2 with a double fetch, so if they have Bombardiers, we hit that. We still block the Goblin token. Yeah, I think we just say go. We really want this Laron to gain life in some capacity. Alright, beginning of combat stop is on. Yeah, I noticed. I recognized your name, Darth Dog. I don't generally like Needle as Delver. It might make some sense though. I didn't think about like it also could potentially answer Hearse. I'm not accustomed to seeing Needle in a lot of Delver sideboards, so wasn't 100% on that. Now you just attack with Spirit Guide, maybe? No, you just go to combat. You go to the end of the turn and kill it. Sure. Now what? We stomped from these Aether Vials, huh? It also names Bombardiers. Yeah, maybe it's actually good enough. I didn't think about Bombardiers in the moment. I was thinking, like, Fable, Hearst, Ring. I'd boarded all my rings out, notably, but I don't think that always happens. Kind of depends on the player, but there might be enough names where it actually is good. So our options here are Batterskull or Laron Mom. Laron Mom dies to... All of our plans die to Fury, because we're not actually removing anything off the board, so we just want Batterskull and pray for no follow-up removal spell, I think. Laron Mom doesn't actually get us anywhere. Everything dies to a Fury or a Shatterskull, all the same. Or a the Falter duel, the Falter MDFC. I wouldn't say half the cards in their deck. I'd say like 1, 2, 6, 79. Not that one. 46 card deck, probably like, if he's on the Falters, like 14, like a fourth of their deck. And the One Ring. We don't die to the One Rings. Let's spew. Actually, I guess we can't spew out our hand because there's double Trinisphere. We will, said very slowly spew. Is there ever a reason to shoot one of these Trinispheres? Bombardiers could hit me for 5 with them. These Chromox can do things. Shoot the Chromox. What's this? Bomba? Bomba would be... I don't really know what that would look like. We're one off of just dying to it, right? Although, no, are we just dead? If he just throws Trinisphere at Germ? Oh, no, then we're not going to 1. I think I just block Spirit Guide, double block here. No, I double block here, put Laron on Spirit Guide, because he can't sack the Bombardiers. So this will always gain me 4. This does get the Mom killed, notably, but I think gaining 4 is more important. And if he wants to sack the Semi-Spirit Guide, then keeps the Laron alive anyway. He'd obviously just sack a Trinisphere and trade these, but again, then the Germ token lives, he's at 8 life. We have another Mom anyway, and like we could pick up Yorion next turn. You could throw the... Oh, shoot. I didn't think about this. Yeah. Oh, no, this is... No, this is not fine. I didn't think about... Oh, never mind. Bailed out by the deck. Was there a way to play around that? Yes. I think the original block was better, right? Batterskull on the Simian Spirit Guide, and then the 2 on the Bombardiers was better. Because then if he wants to keep the Bombardiers alive, he has to throw the... I don't know, weird turn. But we just drew Skyclave, so we just got, like, incredibly bailed out anyway. Everything's fine. Play Mom versus put Yorion in hand. If my opponent draws a Fury, we die instantly without Yorion in hand. I think we win if we untap with creatures on board, and if we don't untap with creatures on board, we want Yorion in hand to flicker the Batterskull. I think you block Mom on Goblin, the other 2 on Bombardiers. Chump block the Simian Spirit Guide. I don't know. It's always really hard to block Broadside Bombardiers profitably. Messed up by letting you block. Like, what was the, top deck's 3rd Bombardiers, sure. We're dead. If I'd played Mom here, it does play around 3rd Bombardiers. but I think top decking Fury is just statistically more likely. Or even like just Shatter Skull on Skyclave is not great for me. Also notably if I had shot the Trinisphere instead of... I guess if I'd shot the Trinisphere instead of the Chrome Mox, yeah. Speaking of boarding in Pithy Needle versus Moon Stompy, I suppose this card comes in, and then I guess also this card, and then nothing else. Could have attacked with both, shot the Batter Skull, and forced the double block, keeping the SSG and pushing. Is that good though? You'd want to keep your Bombardier alive, and obviously I could have made a better block that made sure that the Bombardier died, but like, is it good to just push 2 damage and lose your Bombardier? When you don't have lethal the following turn, I would go to 4. I could untap. If I have literal nothing in hand, I pick up Yorion. They attack, go to 2. I play Yorion, flicker the Batter Skull, and like they're not gonna win. But assuming like optimal blocks by the opponent, but you can't always assume optimal blocks, right? Sometimes your opponent's dumb and doesn't block right. With Mom active and Laurent in play? Wait, what? You go no block, go to 1, equip... Oh wait, no. I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, just not block the... Oh, you just not block the Bombardiers? That's also an option. Yeah, if he activates at sorcery speed, yeah, also fair. Yeah, I think my initial instinct block was better than my follow-up block, because my initial instinct block was like clearly Bomber on or Batter Skull on Simian Spirit Guide, and then I think my line was kind of bad because letting the Bombardier live was just really bad. Letting the Bombardier live and also like wrathing my entire board specifically. Why am I like brain farting on what I usually board out in this matchup? What is going on? Just like shave up Bowmasters, shave Scarab Swarm seems fine. I don't know if any of my lines beat third Bombardiers off the top of the deck. This hand's definitely better on the play than it is on the draw. At least fetch a basic. This hand's actually really bad against Turbo and Blood Moon because fetching a single basic still turns off the whole hand. You like fetch basic Swamp to cast Bowmaster plus GTA and Prey, but I think this hand is on average like pretty good. I say it before I get Blood Mooned into next week. Am I ever actually fetching Surveil Land? I think I'm not. Where do you exile? Shatter Skull, sure. Fable, sure. Oh, that's nice. We have chapter 2 and 3 taken care of now. Alright, so we do that classic thing where we Bowmaster the Goblin the Goblin Shaman on upkeep to deny Fable value. Also, we do have to be wary that potentially Containment Priest might not be good versus Chapter 3 of Fable if he just has a Dead Gone in hand. But I think if you have a Dead Gone, you might just clock the Bowmaster with it. It's just like hard cast Fury, cast Shatter Skull, 1/1. Yeah. Get your treasure anyway. We could also just like flicker the Goblin Shaman and... Ooh, never mind. I like that. I like Thoughtseize plus Containment Priest. This is fine. We take the Fable. Rabble Master gets blocked by the Priest. We don't care that much about the treasure tokens at this point. My opponent has a lot of mana. Also drew Blood Moon Chalice? Sure, Spirit Guide. I will just eat the Goblin token here. I think we can Flicker Wisp the Rabble Master. Oh shit. I think we wanna Flicker Wisp first. I might even like trade this Condemned Priest anyway. As good as it is with the Thalia. If we just like draw a land, we can just GT take over the game instead. Alright, that's fine. It's a little more awkward for my GT. What do I want to do here? We're at 12. I really want to conserve my life total. My opponent has literal nothing. What's the way I lose this game? What's the way I win this game? The way I lose this game is hard to answer. Card advantage engine. We have Skyclave for the One Ring. Fury is the way I lose this game because I currently don't have an answer to it. I want to get this GTA online as soon as possible. Unfortunately, as soon as possible, it's still very slow. I think I just double trade here and just like Thalia Skyclave is fine. Just preserve a really high life total. Oh, well, that's a pretty terrible draw. Thalia Skyclave is actually a little bit awkward because you often are going to target a 3, and then Thalia is not very good at attacking into a 3. I think I just flicker the Sphere so I can play Aether Vial plus GTA in the same turn. I can also play my GTA and flicker it just to make Thalia a 3/3, protect it from dead. Might be a little bit better. Kind of don't hate that. I guess it's already kind of protected from dead because I have this Caracas, huh? This plan gets a little awkward if he just immediately Furies me or some shit. But it makes it so that I'm safer to equip an attack in the case of, a dead. Okay, sure. That's fine. Double Wasteland. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Kinda don't hate it, honestly. Could start flickering out their treasure tokens too. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Keeps potentially off of I guess it doesn't hold up the Caracas for the Thalia to protect it. So maybe we'll do it next turn. I'm gonna protect Thalia from dead more than I want to like try to cut my opponent, because like casting the Fury here isn't super good anyway. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, now we see the Skyclave Felia tension here, where like there's a world where you could Skyclave the Rabblemaster and attack and flicker the Skyclave and eat something else, but then if you're flickering Skyclave, you're giving them a 3/3, and the Felia can't attack it with 3/3 very well. Not that it matters exactly here, because we're just going to, I think, just equip GTA attack, flicker the Rabblemaster out of the way. Pick up Yorion. Maybe not pick up Yorion. Maybe Wasteland them. Yeah, this Felia is feeling a little clunky here when in a position where I think it should be pretty good. Obviously could have not double traded. I think I will just sit here and do this. Protect myself from Hardcast Fury. Well, now I feel a little foolish about my Wastelands, but hopefully we just have GTA Online. Let me start flickering out the treasure tokens after this. Oh shoot, I was supposed to play that Stoneforge. I was so locked into like, untap, attack with Felia, untap, attack with Felia, but I definitely should have just cast Stoneforge and flickered it. I don't think it super matters here. Especially because, what second equipment do I even get here? I think I just grabbed Batter Skull. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, we did it. Game 3, always a little bit trickier. I'll just ship. Yeah, I'll keep this. Obviously, it dies to some things that we just won't talk about. But it's very good against a lot of other things that we can talk about. It is a little awkward that we're really incentivized to try to fetch out basic planes here, but we really are even more incentivized to turn 1 Thoughtseize my opponent. But I guess those two things kind of go hand in hand, where the Thoughtseize potentially saves us from the bad things. I think I just take this Fury, honestly. Like, the Dead Gone just trades with the Mother of Ruins, we're kind of fine. This Fury is just the annoying card. Oh, that's a good top deck. We don't have an immediate answer to the Bomba, but the Bomba's not that threatening yet. If he goes, we're gonna plow the Rabble, and then he's gonna play Bomba attack, but he can't really sack, and then we can Recruiter Solitude, potentially. Sure. Yeah, there's just no world that I'm not plowing Rabble anyway. What is this down? Bomba. Assuming Spirit Guide Dead Gone in hand. Yeah, this puts a creature into play. For the GTA potentially, if he doesn't clear it or hold up Dead Gone. I guess he's always holding up Dead Gone technically with the Simian Spirit Guide. But yeah, we will. Grab Solitude. Trinisphere. Alright. We will respond. I think I'm pitching Mom in the face of this Trinisphere. This Mom's not getting into play anytime soon. Also, if he attacks with this Goblin token, I might just get hosed by this GT. I think you're pretty into attacking here, yeah. Just gonna get KO'd. Didn't even realize how slowly I was playing. Not in the D&T brain. D&T mindset.
Are you winning?
I am, if I can kill my opponent in 4 minutes. Which I should be able to do. Oh shoot, this Trinisphere costs too much mana, huh? Or not this Trinisphere, this GT. Shoot. It's a little awkward. I can't just play the GT out. He just kills it. I should have played the Wasteland and cast the GT. And Wastelanded the city, I think. Brain's totally on autopilot, sorry. I'm a little tired today. We're just gonna get got by like Hardcast Fury now. Yep. Oh, the One Ring. Okay. That's more beatable, certainly. Though not like immensely so. Can't Thoughtseize. Can Wasteland. I think I will Wasteland, honestly. Need to play faster. Playing out GJ here potentially forces him to hold up like this Dead Gone awkwardly. What's this? What do you cast here for 3 mana? Oh, that's fair, yeah, the Sweeper. And now we might die to the One Ring, huh? I guess we can Thoughtseize first. Oh shoot, no we can't, fuck. Yeah, I think we're just gonna lose here.
Oh, you did lose?
Yeah.
This is important for me to know for reasons.
Why? What possible reason could it...
For accuracy.
I mean, we haven't lost yet, but we're going to lose. Yeah, this is just 3 mana dead. I think this is the last possible turn we could have anything. That's not anything, huh? If we drew like exactly Skyclave there, we'd maybe have a shot. I mean, untapping with like 5 cards in hand still, so unlikely to, but dang. I think if I just like Wasteland there instead of like playing out the land, then I think I just pretty easily take over this game. Rather tragic, but that's on me. My brain was like totally turned off for this whole match for some reason. Alright, yeah, I'm good. Don't know what it is. Maybe I gotta call the stream a little early. It's already almost 10 o'clock. I'm more tired than I usually am. We played like 2 rounds of Moon Stompy before this that took like 30 seconds. It's like basically nothing. I'll play some more, see how I feel, see if I get back in the groove or not. Yeah, definitely like hard fumbled that game if I just Wasteland the City of Traders and... Oh, we're playing as Caleb. Hi Caleb, hi Caleb's chat. He was playing a bunch of decks earlier. He's playing, I don't know what he's on now though. I'm sure he's on a different deck. I was watching him play Pistagri's Nadu deck and the Cloud Post deck. No clue what he's playing now. Do I want to keep this hand off the power of exactly Aether Vial and just die? No, this hand just sucks. Alright, this hand's a decent amount better, huh? Bottom of Solitude here, we have a Plow if we want removal. Caleb mulliganing a lot. What's Caleb? I'm scared. Is Caleb playing like Necro? I mean, let's take a look. What you got over there, Caleb? Show me the goods. Grief, Entomb, Polluted Delta, Wasteland. Is he just playing Scam? Okay. I kind of want to take an Entomb and then take the other Entomb over taking the Grief. Then, because like, we can't actually win if he casts an Entomb and finds a Reanimate spell later. But I guess if he just goes Polluted Delta, go, he Entombs again, and then we just take the Grief after. I'm taking an Entomb. There's a chance we get to take the other Entomb. Yeah, the Grief is just 2-for-1s him to take something out of my hand that already sucks. But I think he's just going to cast the Entomb in response. Oh no, he just Griefs me. Our hand is pretty unfortunately bad against this Wasteland. As it currently sits, but we'll draw out of it, right? Interesting. Oh, nice. We drew the second Crocus. He'll never see it coming. I think we just thought Seize here. This is like the only possible chance to hit a card that he can't cast for like most of this game. So if he like drew a 2-drop or something, we could potentially take it. Oh. You just draw like Troll? Third Entomb, maybe? God damn it. Alright, well, that explains the Grief. Grizzlebrand. Alright, that card seems fairly unbeatable. Maybe we'll just draw Lion Sash. He just always wastelands me here after seeing my hand, which is good for me, because we have second Caracas. Ooh, we drew Lion Sash. Now we will draw white producing land for our Lion Sash next turn. You just gotta trust that it will for sure happen. Stop it! Let me have my lands. Oh, nice. We did it. We actually have a second land. Alright, we're just gonna play around like days. Not worth the 1 damage here. Alright, don't have to play around Bowmaster. Not that I would. I guess we didn't play around like removal spell here, but you don't really play around removal spell versus Scam. I'm going to just proactively eat the Grizzlebrand unless I... No, maybe I won't. He did top a card, but let's just Thoughtseize. Let's take a quick peek. Underground Sea. Topped a card. Yeah, I'm gonna eat the Grizzlebrand. I don't think there's a series of cards that lets him like go crazy with a reanimate this turn anyway. Yeah, that's fine. We have a Plow in hand. Trying to figure out if I should Plow this, leave up white mana. If he attacks, I can just declare block. I know he has Underground Sea in hand, so this never gets countered. And then if he discards, then we just Plow it in response. Prevents us from attacking, though. I think we should always just Plow this in attack. again, we're not actually that scared if he draws a reanimate or animate dead. He gets a grief, and then we just continue to be down. And like he has the ability to force that action anyway. Attack and discard the Underground Sea or whatever. Force the plow on the... And then tap me out of white mana. Yeah, you can reanimate my Recruiter, go get like a Bowmaster or a Grief or something. Or another Frog, recruit Frog. Sick. Not something I had actually considered. We cannot actually Skyclave this Frog. Kind of funny. We also can't actually ever target a card in his graveyard. Otherwise he just, because he's going to give the Frog flying next turn anyway. I should not attack. Force him to exile 3 cards. He can't do it forever. I don't think I'm supposed to Wasteland either. Looks like we can attack and eat something in our yard. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, because we can potentially turn off the Frog pretty soon. Like even like this turn potentially. If we like just eat the Wasteland and force him to activate the Frog again, then the Frog's just offline, right? Although at that point I guess it could potentially become like 3-4, but then we just chump block with the Stoneforge while we upgrade the Sash. Depends on how this turn works out, huh? Like if he just fuels the graveyard a bunch more with like Brainstorm and stuff, then maybe we just have to pump the Sash and start racing. Maybe just draw a white source and make my life way easier, that'd be nice. Stop. 1 card in hand. I think I do honestly eat this Wasteland. Hey, Strass, thanks for the raid. Appreciated. I think I just want to stop these stupid frogs from getting flying. Oh, you just have 6, sure. Oh, God. Now what? I can't actually block frogs, theoretically. Either of them could become a 3-4 now. I guess I could with a 4-4, right? But he could always give flying to 1. Attack with it. But if I attack with my Sash, then he can just attack with both. But no, he can't. These frogs are really infuriating to play against, huh? Drawing Stoneforge means we could get Kaldra, try to race that way. We attack here for 3, put him to 8, and then we technically have lethal, but like not really, because you can always jump block with the Recruiter. Yeah, these frogs definitely seem like they are forcing the game in. Maybe I was supposed to attack last turn. The Stoneforge changed the actual racing math a lot, though. Double Frog definitely means that Skyclave's much worse now. kind of want to Wasteland. Just to prevent him from, like, this mana's never doing anything for me. We have a colorless mana to activate Stoneforge. If we draw more white mana, that's nice, but I think I want to just prevent these frogs from drawing too many cards and, like, giving him enough spells to actually cast. Also, maybe I should have even done it last turn. Last turn I was thinking about playing around Days before, like, second frog entered the fray. No, I just don't think that matters. If he attacks with a ground frog, I think I'd double block it. He can never kill both my Stoneforges, and it forces, or like it prevents him from drawing an extra card. He might discard one to kill one Stoneforge. Well, he has to discard one to keep the frog alive. So he probably just discards one here and draws a card here, which is okay. Jeez. White source for Skyclave. Oh, thank God. Kind of wanted to Skyclave the Recruiter, honestly. Maybe that was the play. I think this is fine, though. I think we can get somewhere like this. We're not showing lethal. We have 5, 6, 7. If we draw a white source, we show lethal. Alright. Knocking the top of his deck here. So we are not dead here. Christ's sake. We're not dead here, right? This is 7 damage. Oh, he's only showing 7 here. Cast Borrower, 6 damage. Draw a card to discard is 7. Okay, we're not dead. So we just cast Stoneforge for whatever. Pump Sash once, hit for 6. Is there a world that we don't pump Sash until after? If he draws Animate Dead, then we, like, do lose, right? And I don't think the 1 extra damage matters all too much. He's going to 3. We'll have Cauldra, potentially. Yeah, I think I was supposed to leave up basic planes, and I'm not activating Sash. To not randomly potentially die to an Animate Dead? I don't actually know. God, this is a really hard game to play. These frogs are fucking menace. I feel like I've misplayed, like, every single turn. Hey, Hooch Bazooka, thanks for the sub. Appreciate the support. My head is like my head is like hurting trying to navigate this game. I don't know what it is. My brain is just like not in the mode for playing Magic. I might have to like call it. after this match. Alright, we got there. He doesn't take a draw step? I guess maybe he's on, like, actual zero outer? Not sure. Hey, Whipping Rhinos, thanks for the follow as well. My brain is just so broken when it comes to, like, just trying to play Magic right now. Yeah, no outs? Okay. Well, there's like, attack, find second borrower. No, then the first borrower can't block, and I'm still showing 5 damage still. If you drew, like, exactly Animate Dead, you can attack, find the 4th and Tomb, but then I have the white open for Sash. Yeah. Alright. Is Leyland of the Void even good versus Scam anymore? Feels like it's just, like, not out of a deck like this. Feels like kind of miserable to board on Leyline versus this deck. Wonder if you just aren't a Leyline deck anymore and you just have to, like, board in Surgical or Fairy Macabre and just, like, get Grief Scammed sometimes, because, like, getting Grief Scammed is not the end of the world, and just you don't have Leyline of the Void in your deck anymore. Just one Noodly Boy as a treat. At least they can't give the Frog Flying with Leyline. Yeah, but, like, it kind of doesn't matter. The card is, like, kind of impossible to block. Like, Caleb mulled a 5 that game, and that card was still, like, just embarrassingly hard to block with just ground creatures. I think Leyline is probably still a board you can save removal for Frogs. I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely, like, a lot less into Leyline now than pre. I guess we'll at least, like, try it out a little bit, right? It doesn't hurt to experiment with. But yeah, I think there's a chance you just want to reconfigure the sideboard somewhat. Why is my brain just fully not working? What do I usually cut in this matchup? Usually, like, shave down a lot on the 2s. Steal what from a colander? Steal the noodle from a colander is what they're talking about, yeah. Oh, get this LeBron out of here. What am I doing? Yeah, we'll ship it like that. Put in a Leyline on turn 0 and lose to, like, 2 frogs. Like, we almost lost the game down to Mold of 5. Like, oh, perfect. That's exactly what I just said. I mean, I'm not gonna keep this. I have Mold to 5. My opponent probably just has, like, a normal hand with frogs, and they're just gonna kill me. Just ponder into turn 2 frog, and I'll just be really sad and upset. Shuffle's on the ponder at least. Thinking about griefing me, maybe? Yeah. Grief pitch Dothy, sure. A normal hand with frogs? Yeah, just a normal legacy hand with frogs. It's just like a regular hand of Magic. Take Stoneforge. Take Recruiter. I guess it depends a lot on what is in his own hand. These are the spots where, like, you always just want to fetch the Surveil land to help hit your land drops, but also, like, hate fetching the Surveil land to hit land drops in Wasteland matchups, because it's like, oh, you miss on the Surveil land, then you get Wastelanded, versus, like, at least I would have 2 basics in play or something. Hey, Hooch Bazooka, thanks for the gifted sub. Appreciated. Welcome, Chylith. Enjoy your Thalia emotes. Recruiter, maybe planning on reanimating my recruiter for a frog. That is another annoying interaction, huh? Is that now the recruiter's actually like reanimating your own recruiters is like really obnoxious? Because now it doesn't just go get. Alright, well now I'm not fetching a Surveil land, huh? Hey, Lomer boy, how have I been subbed for 71 months? Good question. Were you just like subbed the entire like 2 to 3 years I stopped streaming?
How long is 71 months?
71 months is like what? 12 months in a year times like 6 is 72.
Wow.
I was streaming 2018. That sounds about correct.
You can say I've been sub to you for about that long.
Oh, he gets a grief. Interesting. And then just griefs me. Okay, that's less threatening. But yeah, we're just not going to fetch a Surveilland, I don't think. Because, like, fetching the Surveilland to try to hit a land drop in the face of a Wasteland feels inefficient. This all makes... I don't know. I'm a little confused by that ordering, right? If you're going to take my recruiter just to animate it to get the second grief to also 2-for-1 yourself to take the Stoneforge, why don't you just take the Stoneforge, right? I feel like this earns me a 4-color Loam stream. I was thinking about, like, could you play, like, 4-color Loam with Frog? Frog and Loam are, like, pretty sick cards together, right? This was a thing, a interaction that was on my mind earlier. Could we put together a Frog Loam deck? Working on blue list? Yeah. I would actually just be genuinely interested in trying something like that, yeah. Well, that's pretty rude, Caleb. I thought we were cool. Alright, well, I'll fetch out my basics here and not get wastelanded. Cast my recruiter for something? Don't actually know what I'm getting here. Wisp? Ooh, spicy. Wisp, good. Wisp on recruiter, good, certainly. Could get Felia, get new card, play around days, play into removal, attack into Bowmasters and die. Yeah, Wisp just seems much better here. Just don't get days. Well, we didn't get days to this turn, so what are the odds we get days to next turn? 0%, right? Grief me, take the Wisp, Wisp the Orcish Bowmaster, Bowmaster the Recruiter. I'm probably not supposed to block here. There's no way he has a daze. 0% chance. Oh wow, this is all working. Am I allowed to attack? Yeah. If he had a Bowmaster, he probably just killed the Recruiter. And dealt extra damage to the Orc Army or something. Now what am I getting? Let's find out. I have 3 lands. We could just get Stoneforge. We could get Felia. We could get Containment Priest. What am I scared of? Frog? We have a Solitude. I'm not scared of Frog. I think we just get Stoneforge. Just try to end this game.
Are you still playing Caleb?
Yeah. He's down like 2 griefs too, so the Stoneforge is going to be hard to interact with. Philly is the greedy one. Yeah. Maybe now I'll block, huh? Listen to Caleb and then use a fun difference. You're so casual, he's being so thoughtful. What does that mean? What do you mean? Am I not being thoughtful about my plays? They do have some removal. We're so far away from either of these, though, and we have another recruiter, so I think we just go for a higher upside and just Cauldra. Just try to end this game. I think I'm also not attacking. What if we get pre-war form? Where? Look, I mean, if I could, I would. I didn't get the dog. I just thought about getting the dog. Chat wants to see the dog happen. I probably shouldn't F6, huh? This just kills my recruiter, makes the orc army bigger. No, then we just battle a Bywater, kill everything. This is kind of fine. We just battle a Bywater, kill the Wisp and the orc army now. Oh, and we have this deal. What's happening?
The dog.
Is dog any worse than Stoneforge Mystic in the spot? Certainly, probably a tiny bit better. Well, now that I've wrathed my entire board, it's certainly a lot worse, huh? Reanimating the mom, I suppose. Do I even Solitude that? Well, if I draw a bad white card, maybe. We don't. I could still Solitude it. If I Solitude it, and then I get my Cauldra Brazen borrowed. He's got one card left in hand, we just pick up Yorion, and then we're still fine. Yeah. Actually, no, I don't really want to put the Solitude in the yard. I think I just let the thing untap. I don't want to put the Solitude in the yard, because the Solitude is just another way to answer the Cauldra. Sure. Still, like, mostly fine. Just pick up Yorion here. Also just cast Recruiter. Dog refreshes Cauldra. Alright, fine. We'll tutor the dog, chat. Chat wants it so bad. Oh, no, wait. We have a Wasteland. He's got an Underground Sea. We're not tutoring the dog. I gotta Wasteland him. Our chat's demanding the dog anyway. You know what? Fine. Where's this stupid Felia? Why not dog still? I mean, chat demanding the Felia. Here's your dog. I'm not allowed to attack. Stock, not just win. I mean, like, everything wins here. We're like a mile ahead. Chat, please someone. Oh, how many Wasteland, or how many frogs are in Caleb's hand? Alright. Yeah, we won.
Drink some of your water.
I did. Someone did redeem hydrate, and then I immediately drank some water. I am almost out, though, so please no one else redeem hydrate, because I'm out. My guess was 2. And someone was watching Caleb's stream. How many frogs he got? And we just kept drawing Wasteland. Dog won that game? Oh, for sure. Alright, let's do the giveaway. Huh? Exclamation point giveaway. We are giving away 120 Blade points to one viewer in chat who says the keyword. What's today's keyword, chat?
Dog.
Just dog, not Felia. Just dog.
Dog with 2 G's.
Dog with 2 G's. Get 0 frog in hand. Wow, disappointing. The giveaway hasn't started yet. Stop typing dog. Unless you're suggesting that the giveaway word is dog. In which case, sure. Everyone's typing dog with 1G, so we're just gonna do
Fine.
dog with 1G.
So it is dog.
It's just dog with 1G.
If I win, I'm giving it to Toast.
Well, you're not gonna win, so it's fine.
What if I do?
Well, then I'll rig it so that you don't win.
You can't do that.
I can.
Really?
I could just run the giveaway commit again and it'll give me a new person.
No.
Everyone get your dogs in chat, and also, if you would be so kind as to follow me here on Twitch, you can follow me on Twitter and YouTube also. YouTube's are where all these VODs go afterwards. Twitter is where you find when I'm going live, find all my shit posts, find all my deck lists. Stuff like that. Hey, Mr. Asiago, thanks for the follow, appreciated. But we do these giveaways every Tuesday and sometimes on weekend streams. I have 5 of them per month, so try to space them out accordingly.
You streamed a lot this month.
I did stream a lot this month because of MH3.
Challenge thingies.
Yep, because the creator challenge and like the MH3 pre-release stuff. 2-minute timer, huh?
It's a lot of minutes to type dog.
It's a lot of minutes for people to type dog. Wait, can I actually, let's do 1 minute timer. It's been a while already. 1 minute timer. Get your dogs in the chat. Singular dog, I guess.
Oh.
Get your singular dog in chat.
Do you want to see what it made?
No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this. You disgust me.
It's good, right?
You're a monster. You're a freak and a monster. We get 3 more subs, we can have a new emote slot, and then I can finally convince Aishnaz to give me a new emote.
I've just been busy because people have fun ideas on Twitter.
I have fun ideas about
and I am
emotes.
compelled. No, your ideas are just good. It's not funny.
They're fun, not funny.
Yeah, but doing stupid bits is more fun.
Yes.
I
I'm
am
beholden
compelled.
to the stupid whims of my wife and emote artist. Quintorius emote when chat wants to know.
Now.
Alright. Giveaway is over. Get your last dogs in real quick here before I end. Type exclamation point giveaway.
I win.
And the winner is Baku Ryuha 07.
Damn it.
Not Aishanine. And
Fuck
not
you.
Chylith.
One day. But remember that time Chylith actually won?
Yes, and I
That
convinced
was-
him to give the play points to Akalith instead of you to give to Toast.
That was so funny.
It was a good time. Alright, let me find Baku. Where do they post? I'm like literally not seeing their comment in chat. So I can click on, oh, thank you for commenting again. So I can actually see your name. I will whisper you the code. As always, the writer on this is, I haven't seen one fail yet, but occasionally I see reports of codes not working for people, so let me know if your code does not work. This is a code for 120 play points. You can use it, or you can give it to anyone you want. You can do whatever you want with it after I send it to you. It is out of my hands, so enjoy. Enjoy your code for 120 play points.
Enjoy.
Enjoy that it didn't go to Toast as well. That's the important part. Let's play one more match, huh?
Yeah, it's still early.
It's like 10, 15. It's like getting to bedtime. My brain's definitely not working at a full capacity today, but you know, it's fine. Thank you for coming and enjoying the stream. That's why I like to give away. I enjoy that Daybreak gives all their creators these cool codes to give back a little bit to the community. They're very cool. Shout out to Daybreak. So this list is doing okay, right? I definitely punted that match against Kulu hard. What did we play against? We played Oops. We played against Oops, Moonstompy, Frog, Scam. So like some pretty standard range of legacy decks. Maybe we'll get a Nadu deck. I hope not though, because I don't want to be here for like 100 years. This hand seems kind of mopey. It doesn't even, like, fuel the Scarab. If it had, like, a fetch land, I'd be more interested in it. I think I'm fine shipping this, though. Fetch land lets you, like, surveil into some stuff, maybe. Ugh. I'm gonna draw one land vial, though. Maybe this is okay. Bottom GT. I think maybe I'll keep this on 6. Ooh. Oh, this could be bad, huh? Moon Stompy again. Oh, nope, not Moon Stompy. This is Necro. Sure. So none of my decisions mattered. Alright, it's gonna be a quick one. Maybe we'll even get in the last match of the league.
No, you're gonna get beat up.
Maybe they'll whiff on 19 cards. It's literally never happened to me. Everyone I talk to that has played against this deck talks about how many times their opponent has, like, just missed and not killed. Literally has never happened to me. My opponent has had a 100% kill rate whenever I play against this card. Which is, like, reasonable because the kill rate is very high. Like, I think it's like 95% or something. But, just... It's never happened to me yet, so I'm due. 3% fizzle? Yeah. It's like very low odds. Just everyone else seems to talk about how often it happens.
You got the other kitty.
Cast the other Manamorphose. Cast the thing, please. What are we doing? We don't need to cast all these spells. I guess we do need to cast some of them. There's the Manamorphose. And then there's the thing. The Born Upon a Wind. And then the Tendrils. I guess they got to exactly as much mana as they needed. Respect. Now just Tendrils me. Don't cast your Lotus Petals. Don't just cast all your zeros. Just kill me. Just click the Tendrils, please. We don't need to cast all these cards. This is the worst part, is that, like... It's not like... Okay, we can concede now. But it's not like Ant or whatever, where you get to start, like, BMing them because they're literally dead and you know it, and you're just, like, taking game actions. Because, like, you do have, as the opponent, you have to wait for them to put a Tendrils on the stack. Because there's a chance that they whiffed. So just, like, casting all these rituals and taking all these extra game actions is just annoying. Just, like, takes a bunch of time. We don't need to do this. Yeah, I don't think so. I think my dream ban is, my dream BNR update is ban Grief, ban Necro. I will be surprised if they ban anything, but I think the most likely ban is after nothing is ban Grief. They're playing around 3 Solitude, 3 white cards. What was their end Storm? Did they get to, like, exactly 13 Storm? What am I cutting? Just all the plows and 2 Solitudes. My dream ban is Grief, Necro, Balustrade Spy. I mean, the Grief ban, I think, hurts the Oops deck a lot. They have to go back to, like, the old builds. Maybe not a lot, but hurts it some amount. They'd have to actually explore, like, the old black-green stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Necro is Belcher. It's just a really annoying Belcher deck. Because there's such a narrow band. Him to Turok, thanks for the follow, by the way. It's just like, you have Force of Will, Force of Negation, Force of Vigor, sometimes Mindbreak Trap, and, like, none of your other cards ever matter. Whatever. Why am I thinking about my options? Yeah. It's definitely a pretty solid net negative to the format. Yeah, we'll keep. This just has Thoughtseize into... Bowmaster doesn't actually do anything, because they can just go off in response to all the triggers, but the Thoughtseize is the important part. We'll just get fucking turn 1 with Chancellor or something, and I'll just be very sad about it. What up, kitty? Yeah, classic.
Lift the kitty up.
I will just die. I guess I could have held up Wasteland here in case of like some weird niche scenario where they like need to beseech away their only artifact being their vault, but unlikely, and also that means that we just... Oh shit. They're not turn 1ing me? What? How did this happen? How did we get here? How did they not just always have the protected turn 1? Well, that's certainly a hand, huh? Well, I'll take this Beseech the Mirror. None of your hand, the rest of your hand does nothing. I just need to kill you as soon as possible now. There's no card in my deck that can lock them, right? Is that true? Is that bad deck building? Like, Thalia probably locks them out pretty handedly. Just debating the merits of like recruit reverse Stoneforge for Cauldra. I think it's fine to recruit Thalia here. And then just Stoneforge plus Thalia next turn. But yeah, I don't think there is a card in my deck that like solidly locks them out from this point, which doesn't seem great for me in terms of how I've structured my deck. Maybe something to consider, like you just want an Ethersworn Canonist or something, just to get out of the Thoughtseize. So we could get Oppo to turn off Beseech only. Yeah, I think we just get Thalia, especially because it's a 2-drop that you just cast with Stoneforge the following turn. Alright, cool. We should have it now. Did I leave like Batterskull and shit in my deck? That probably isn't right. Yeah, all this garbage equipment. Probably better leaving Solitudes. Not actually sure. None of those cards actually really matter at all. Sure. Alright, dead. Game 3, we just have to beat Chancellors and Pacts with our 3 Mindbreak traps. That'll be fine, I'm sure. Ever allowed to keep this? If my opponent mulligans to 6, no. You have to like. Our opponent kept 7, we're just dead, but we will at least mulligan to Mindbreak Trap. this on 5? No. No. Alright, keep. We're on 3 cards, so keep Mindbreak Trap, fetch Wasteland, I think. I could keep like a clock, but I think Wasteland and then a fetch to find more lands or spells matters more. Also, we're, again, gonna die, but... Might just even be like, just Dark Ritual Necro beat the Mindbreak Trap. Just none of it matters. Alright, well, not that at least. Backed. Oh, we tried our best. Didn't mull into double Mindbreak Trap. Maybe they'll whiff. We're due, right? They didn't whiff in game 1. Like I keep saying. We're just due. Also not the end of the world if we just die. I will accept that. Gives enough time to finish a fifth round at least, because this round took like 10 minutes. Am I dead? Dark Ritual first. Cabal Ritual. Sure. There's the Born Upon a Wind. And then any piece of mana. You have 4 mana. Please kill me. We don't need to do this. I promise you, we don't need to cast all these spells. We can just put the lethal on the stack. We are just sitting here wasting both of our time. Thank you. Truly the most infuriating part of that deck is just we don't need to do all the fucking fireworks, guys. Come on. We can just kill them and move on to the next match. Yeah, Zanzu's pretty good, huh? We finally just have like a turn 1 Vial, reasonable other cards hand. Pretty into this. If they are on lands, this hand is not super great. But it is like kind of fine. No, ooh, they're on the post deck? That can't be good for me, huh? Don't really have a game plan here, do I? No White Orchid Phantoms to tutor up. Gonna Disruptor Flute my Aether Vial. That's kind of fine. I'm not doing anything exciting with it. What do I want to recruiter for here? This deck is a little bit lower on like big big splashy payoffs. It is a lot of 4s because it like synergizes with Urza's Tower plus the planar or whatever it's called. So it's got like Karns and 1-rings and stuff. So it fights a little bit smaller than just the average green Cloud Post deck. Now I probably just have to get Stoneforge and just try to race another damned Wasteland, because we just get Defilen. I'll cast the Recruiter, make sure I'm not missing anything. Take a quick perusal of the library. So definitely be a spot where I would grab a White Orchid Phantom if I had one. But I did mention that like maybe you can still play one as like a one of in a list like this. For situations like this, or versus lands, or depths, or whatever. Or even versus, like, Delver. Decks that don't have basics, sometimes you just want to Stone Rain them. It could be an effective, like, one of bullet. Mana. Oh, sure. Pretty fucking scary, huh? Just like a shitzillion mana. Just gonna get Ulamogged. It's just a 3/3. It just blocks my board. Fucking dick move. I'd probably just like Solitude this out of the way if I find a white card. Just to push like 3 damage. Although it gains them 3. Ooh, that's actually a really good draw. I'll take that. What you got going on in there, huh? Alright, so these 1-rings are kind of really fucking scary. But this Emrakul is also really fucking scary, but they only have 10 mana for the Emrakul right now. But if they like play 1 ring and they find just that one Cloudpost land, we just get Emrakul and die instantly. So I think I just take the Emrakul. Try to fight through the 1-rings.
Husband?
Yes?
Quick question. Should I use the entire rest of the chicken, or...?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm almost done. If you just want to wait, I can put away the food.
Yeah, it just seems a lot, so I don't know how much you want in your portion.
Interesting block. I guess they're just planning on chaining the 1-rings or whatever, and they just want to gain the life while they can. Hey, Caleb. Thanks for the raid. Appreciated. Welcome, Caleb Raiders. Playing our last match of the evening here against the Cloudpost deck that Caleb was playing earlier. Hello? Can I target my Orc Army? Thank you. Steffer, thanks for the follow. Yeah, GG's earlier. One of my first times actually playing against Frog with D&T specifically. Very scary card. Almost one that, like, mulled a 5 that looked like you're just, like, never gonna win, and then suddenly out of nowhere. This stuff looks pretty bad for me, huh? 1 ring into Mycospawn. This card seems sick. This deck seems sick. I really want to play this. Maybe we'll play it next week. Since we got a raid, what if we did one more game? Nah, I really need to go to bed. Alright, opponent has approximately 1 million mana. I think we're just gonna die. I don't know what I'm shadowy backstreeting for, but certainly not just Still land. Pick up this file. Pick up Yorion probably. Draw a Skyclave now, maybe? Skyclave this flute, waste the land, and then, you know, still die in a fire, but... Sure. Get another Sowing Microspawn, huh? That one just gets Ivugan and we just die, right? My opponent has 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. Maybe not quite dead yet, but gotta be pretty close. They can also just like take a turn off to play the another One Ring, get another turn of protection. What's up? How much is Musambi enjoyable in this new meta? I've been having a little trouble with it. I think it's fairly decently positioned. Frog is really tricky though. Frog out of Scam. Pre MH3, I thought that I thought that Scam was a really good matchup for Moon Stompy. But the addition of Psychic Frog has made that matchup much harder to manage. I've been trying to crack it. I have a list that I think I'll be playing too. Like going up on Pyroblasts. We'll match up Scam or Moon Stompy over Scam. Alright, I really wasn't paying at all any attention to what was happening to me because I think we're just incredibly dead here. My opponent's gonna activate Ivugan, and if I Solitude Emrakul, they're just gonna Kozilek me. We can go to game 2, huh? They're not Kozilek me, they're gonna Ulamog me, whatever. The post deck is really cool. I mean, this is traditionally just a horrible matchup for D&T through and through. Like, this is a matchup where you definitely want to be like playing mono white with a bunch of White Orchid Phantoms and stuff. We have like almost nothing for this matchup too. It's probably not great. Containment Priest doesn't do anything because they're not Green Suns in the deck anymore. Battle of Bywater doesn't do anything. They're not really a creature deck. This is an NYC Legacy player. Neat. Thalia is a little bit better. This deck is a little heavier on non-creatures. They're also, I think this is just like not a plow matchup anymore as the deck is currently constructed. It's just Myco Spawn and the Ulamog Emrakul. If I had other cards to board in, I'd probably just cut all the plows, but I really don't. I just try to draw opposition agent every game. Sand seems pretty bad. Sand also seems pretty bad. It's already a mold of 5. I guess you'd bottom the plow, but like just mono 3 drops. Not gonna cut it. My opponent has kept 7. We are gonna die. This is gonna be a very tragic end of the stream, huh? We're gonna die slowly and painfully. How do I want to do this on my Molt of 4, huh? Thoughtseize land, Vile. Recruiter? Hope that Thoughtseize bridges me into Recruiter. We could also keep like Thoughtseize, Recruiter, land and try to hit 3rd land drop. Recruit into like Oppo and hope that that's good enough. Maybe that's a little bit better. Turn 1, Thoughtseize. Turn 2, like, Surveil land. Hope that that gets there. Oppo isn't even that good against this deck because it's no longer a Green Sun deck. It's just, like, sniping crop rotations and Myco spawns and stuff. Which is still a decent chunk of the deck. Double Cloud Post hand. We just gotta take the one ring. But we're gonna get like this Mega Spawn's gonna come down before we draw Oppo Agent. Before we get to Oppo Agent, certainly, but we also just can never beat the one ring, so this is just gonna be Once Upon a Time, Cloud Post, Vesuva, Disruptor Flute. Yeah, we just have to take the one ring and get a little lucky, you know, on our Mold of 4. Such is our life. Just try like actual Wasteland might be nice. Turns off the Vesuva. Alright, that's probably nothing, honestly. It'd be nicer to draw Oppo or third land there. We could potentially have it a turn earlier and stop this Myco spawn from going off. About 1 million mana. And they just have green mana, so they're 100% going to just kick Myco Spawn next turn and Stone Rain me. You just have to name Wasteland here almost certainly. Maybe we'll just concede, huh? We're actually just gonna get started off of being able to cast anything, too. And my opponent's gonna go get... Maybe they just get, like, Wasteland here, right? They just kill both of my lands. I wouldn't be shocked, but honestly, like, if they just keep developing their own mana base, I can't imagine that any decision is really wrong for them. Yeah, Eye's fine. If they have another post in hand, they can just activate this next turn. None of my decisions matter. If we draw another land, and then they don't play around Opposition Agent... never mind. Alright, I've had enough. Tonight's really not my night. I've been pretty low energy. We can call it. We can go host someone. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out tonight regardless. Shoutouts to Caleb and to Strass Daddy as well for those raids earlier. But yeah, I'm hoping that something happens on Monday, but we'll see. I'll come chat next Tuesday and talk about where I think Legacy is at, depending on what happens on Monday. But for now, we will instead go raid somebody. Is anyone playing Legacy? I don't see anyone playing Legacy. Let's go host Dingo. I like Dingo. I usually go host him because he's just always online after me when not a lot of people are online this late. But thanks everybody for watching. As always, if you want to support my channel, please follow here. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. We have these streams every Tuesday night, playing some Legacy. The occasional weekend stream, playing a challenge and stuff. Does Planar Nexus automatically tap 3 from Power Plant, Tower, and Mine? How does that work? Planar Nexus itself is a Power Plant and a Tower and a Mine, so it activates all your Tron lands. So yeah, if you have Planar Nexus to play in a Tower and play your Tower, will automatically tap for 3. Anyway, we'll start this raid here. Ship y'all off. But what does it tap for? It just taps for color. It doesn't gain the abilities that Mine, Power Plant, and Tower have. It just taps for the things that it has on its text box. Mine, Tower, and Power Plant tap for what they tap for because that's what they say, not because of their subtype. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world.